All right. So Christina, what I want you to do is I want you to tell everybody what energy do you think for most of your life you identified with? And I also want to know where it came from or why.
Yeah. So, before I even go into that, I just want to preface, I don't think you prefaced the conversation with this, but and obviously I'm a woman, I identify more with the feminine. And I just wanted to first off say, I understand 100 million, 1,000% that this can be a really triggering topic. So, all we're asking is that you guys just have an open mind. This is just for you guys, it's just information. And so if I'm going to be honest, if I heard a lot of this information, even, 2.5 years ago, I've been really triggered. I would have been pissed off. I would have been irate, all these different things. So, I just wanted to preface that with this. I've never always been, this, as Jess had said, this has been a journey for me. Yeah. So then I would say a majority of my life was more masculine.
Okay. And I want you now, you have so much more perspective. Where did that come from? Now you can tell us more about that.
All right. So now that Mr. Yats, Big Daddy Yats gave me the layup. So, for me, my dad got sick with lung cancer when I was 11, and then he passed away when I was about 13, 14 years old. So it's a very pivotal time in anyone's life. It's adolescence, tons of insecurity, tons of figuring out life, all those things. And so, what also happened was, I didn't have a father figure. And then my mother also, who again, she's very nurturing. She's a beautiful, beautiful person, very feminine, but she had to step into that provider role. So she was working 2 jobs. So I just had to step into more of my masculine in order to survive. And that was just pretty much across the boards in terms of, providing for myself financially. And then even just, going into high school and like having to, step into doing sports and, just valuing structure over everything. So when we talk about like the father wound, that tends to happen is that a lot of women, they do overdevelop their masculine energy. And also we have a lot of wounded like masculine energy, just that like just kind of compounds everything that's going on as you're developing.
This is a good time for a question. So you talk about like we have a lot of wounded masculine energy, like compounding everything, right? So if you had a stable, grounded, masculine like parent, for example, or role model or figure who allowed you to feel safe enough that, how you said, and you have this like whole wounded masculine energy compounding it, safe enough that this masculine energy, your father protected you from that, nurtured you and nourished you just for who you are. Do you think that the conditioning would have made less of an impact on you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I actually have, people in my life that I'm very, very close with, and they come from such an amazing family. And so like a lot of people will be like, oh, they'll kind of, fight you about, it doesn't only come from your parents, it comes from society, it comes from religion. Those are all compounding factors. But the truth of it is that if we do have a secure, family system, and I've actually worked, with families for a very long time. And I just need to say that, like the nuclear family is not enough. Like parents are, they're working, it's so hard to raise children these days. It's so important to have community, to have aunts, to have friends to support you, grandparents, whoever it is. That is so important. And so when you do have a really good support system, then you grow up in like this abundance mindset, and you grow up, not avoiding conflict. You grow up with more of a sense of self. And of course, you're always there's always going to be some hurdles to overcome. But I do have people in my life that, come from really amazing families, and they've been so much less affected by the conditioning of society, of like all these different things.
So by the way, I just want to give you guys, this is a perfect example of a masculine and feminine. So as Christina was talking, she flowed with the conversation, right? Wherever the conversation took her. But I recognized that I wanted everybody to hear the answer to another question that I had. So it was important for me to step in, but not to step in and say, hey, you're talking too much, or like, you're going off topic, but to step in and try and like gradually coax it into asking a question but while at the same time letting the feminine know that their expression is beautiful, that they have so much to be able to add and provide value for. And that's exactly how relationships should be. There's small little like little nudges, small like little, pushes and pulls along the way that allow us to discover who we're supposed to be. Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.